Introducing new Moth Be Gone. Welcome back to WETT The Splash, the home of all your naughty little secrets.
We are live from the scene of the accident, and the death toll has climbed to a staggering rate.
It's spooky season, folks.
Ooh,
We got pumpkin spice. We got Goose and Goblins. Angry geese. Geese and Goblins. Yeah.
Can you imagine if a goose makes that noise at you?
I'd be fucking terrified.
Oh, fuck.
I'd be done.
Jesus Christ.
I'd be done.
Yeah.
Dude,
Normally I'd
like,
fight a goose, if it come at me and it's by itself, but if it makes that noise, I'm going the other way.
If I was to try to take on a goose on my own, I guess I think I'd want one of those fixer tools on the Back Nine Problems website.
Yeah,
if you go into the
divot fixer?
Yeah, if you go in and you go into the others, the accessories.
Yes.
Now this thing can just finish a goose. Can you imagine you had that bad boy wrapped around your middle finger?
It is. Or
and
like
you just went for like a throat punch.
Or it's like a shuriken, like a ninja Naruto, like
That'd be pretty sick.
You have like 20 of them on you, and you're just flicking them out like one by one.
Imagine taking your thumb and wiping the blood off that, like the Back Nine logo.
Yeah,
because you just finished
there's a close up on it and everything.
Yeah.
That'd be a sick commercial in my head, but in context, probably not.
No, I don't think that I don't think it would go well with the public.
It's just something artsy about like a hyper close in, like zoom in that's like tilting sideways up on the logo as you wipe the blood off with your thumb.
Yeah,
you get that cinematic like whooshes, like when it happens, right? Ooh.
Oh, I think it'd be beautiful.
That'd be sick.
And then they can
murder gooses.
And then they can release a special line where the little golfer in the nine, he could be red.
Oh yeah,
that would be like the special line. It'd be like a limited series.
Yeah,
and
there you
to
go.
Commemorate the guy who fucking just finished a goose with one of these things for Halloween.
Hell
spirit.
yeah,
dude. So I mean, so for Halloween, I mean, I know what you're thinking. Why are you talking about a golf store on Halloween? Well, guess what? They've got the Sculling It shirt.
Ooh.
You ever wanted to?
What?
You ever wanted to look like a tourist in your own hometown?
This one right here?
Yep,
oh, yeah.
You want to look like one of these sugar skull assholes?
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. This looks like I pick up cougars that wear all black. Like Black Widows. You know what I'm saying? This also, I feel like this would get you robbed and molested in Mexico.
Whoa.
If you wore it. In a good way.
How is that a good way?
Hey,
it all
depends on how we interpret things in our life.
Fair.
What if it's what if they rob you of a bad time? You know what I'm saying? What if it wasn't going great?
Yeah,
and then they abducted you and your family, by force.
That's a problem.
And by force.
I'd say that's a problem.
And then you had a better time with them than you did at
the twist.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And then you just stay home or stay there. Yeah. That becomes your new home.
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds like an origin story from somebody that would be in like Breaking Bad.
That would be pretty cool.
Or like Better Call Saul.
This hat definitely does look like it should come with a fedora.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I like this one.
Yeah, or you're like a Tony Soprano, like big motherfucker, that doesn't give a shit what he wears. He's like, hey, I thought it was cool. Forget about it, you know? What, you think it's funny? You think it looks stupid?
This shirt looks like I'm a white stepdad and I am dating a Latino chick with kids.
Yeah,
like to come around for the holidays.
But is he like white and nerdy and like just totally like a piece of?
Yeah, no, he's white.
Just a pushover dad,
No, he doesn't have to be a pushover, but like he's definitely trying to assimilate.
That's what I mean.
And let them know that he's one of them.
Trying a little too hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I can just see him wearing this out to his favorite cantina. You know what I'm saying?
He's trying to go to the cookout, and everyone's like, "No, you can't go to the cookout."
So if you want to be that guy,
if
you want to be that guy, you can get this shirt for 10% off.
Yes,
with promo code thickness, all lowercase letters. This one comes up in 3X.
Oh damn!
Which I appreciate. They're thinking about the fatties.
Don't most of them come up in 3X?
Some of them don't. And those are the ones that they didn't want to sell.
I think they've rectified that actually.
Oh, you know what?
I think Doug and the squad out there are on top of it. and have beaten you to the chase, my guy.
Oh, look at this. They got just everything. Oh, no. Got him.
There it is.
The blue swirl.
The blue swirl.
Order some bigger ones.
I'm fat and I can't fit a regular XL.
Yeah, we're not wearing.
I need a 3XL.
Dude, if I tried to put one of those XLs on, it would look absolutely hilarious. I don't think it would. It would be so tight, and at the same time, it wouldn't go over my belly button. So as I took a few steps, it would roll up the bottom, and just become a sports bra.
Yeah. All the way, I was gonna say it's gonna roll up a little bit, but it's gonna roll all the way up to your tits.
Yeah,
God
because
damn.
it's not even gonna be able to go. Think about that. An XL, that thing's not getting over my belly button.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think so.
That's fair. That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? I think within just a few steps, it just rolls right up on me like a curtain.
Let's see. Literally, I think every other shirt they have is a 3X.
Nope.
Ghost Camo Polo is just a large and XL. I wonder if they're gonna phase these out.
Yeah,
Because you know.
Well, they should.
Well, I mean, clearly that makes sense for them to not buy more.
They got Argyle in the 3X,
So,
but come on, but not the blue swirl.
Well, if anything, that's an opportunity for everything else is a 3XL.
Dude,
So if you really like the Ghost Camo Polo, you better get that now because the large and XL is all they have left, and I am sure they're going to phase it out, judging by how everything else is organized in a specific way, and that is not. What was the other one that was
the Ghost Camo and the blue swirl?
The blue swirl, that one too. The blue swirl's kind of nice.
Yeah, it reminds me of like a '90s Pop-Tart commercial. I'm not mad at it.
It makes me think of the purple Pop-Tart that had the blue swirl in the middle.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what that one is. If you had a Pop-Tarts, everyone knows what that is, but no one knows what the flavor is.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I think it's berry.
Let's see what
something.
Let's see what they put in the description of this shirt. They obviously didn't care for. Sometimes on the back nine, you hang your head low. Sometimes it's because you suck or you've had too many Gulf waters. Whatever happens, you get lost into the blue swirl, supporting a unique pattern on each polo. I don't think there was supposed to be a comma or period there. I put it myself. Fits true to size.
Do you think Gulf waters is like slang for like vodka?
Yeah. Yeah, or PBR. Like, I think PBR is something that they just be like, it's just water.
It's fine.
Like, I'll drink 15 of them per hole for the next fucking 18 hours.
Yeah, or something that like is clearly alcohol.
How long do you think it'd take us to really like
to do 18 holes?
18 holes
all day.
All
day.
You think just
all day?
You think just a day?
All day.
Just one day.
A full not even 8 hours, 10 hours.
I think we'd need a weekend. I think after 6 hours we'd get pissed and have to come back the next day.
I was gonna say I'm gonna get mine into like the sand dune and just be screaming for 2 hours. Fuck! Bow! Fuck! Bow! John!
Sun's going down, Thomas. You're gonna have to wake up with that shot.
The idea of us like talking, yelling at each other because we're far away, because we're probably nowhere near each other. Like one went one way off course, another one went the other way off course.
Yeah, one of us got lucky once and fucking hit a dinger just straight forward.
So we're probably
just set off the path indefinitely.
We're just shouting. The idea of us just shouting at each other from across like long distance.
Yeah.
John.
Got that walkie-talkies at one point.
What car are you? 25? Fuck! I'm on 30!
How old are you on?
The second one! I'm on the first one. I don't know. We're just that bad at golf, dude. I'm telling you, the first 2 or 3 times that I tried golf, every single time except for like one hole, I would end up just picking up the golf ball and just walking and catching up with the group because they'd be down there by like the 3rd or 4th swing on whatever hole. I'm on the 10th swing. At that point, I'm just like, I'm done. I'm just gonna catch up so I can keep hanging out with my friends.
I think at that point, I would take out one of those like wood ones, and then I would just keep trying to hit it, but not that hard, and just like putting it down the entire fucking way. Just like really limping it, like maybe 10, 15 feet per shot.
You're at like par 50 before you even get to the green.
It's like, I fucking made it, thank Christ.
Bink, all the way down.
Rolls into a sand hill. No, I'm not getting my shoes wet. I'm not going in the sand.
Oh, God. Funny enough, too, like total segue back to the Back Nine Problems, our boys.
Yeah.
When we were talking about the fixer and the killing geese, with it. the first line they have in their description is, "We know you won't be using the divot fixer for the intended purpose, so we added some extra tools to make your life easier."
Oh yeah, like murder prongs, like goose murder prongs.
Oh man, dude, they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing.
Dude, this is really the ultimate tool.
Honestly, I dig this. If I didn't have no use for it, because I don't golf, I would totally get one. Oh, actually, I guess it'd be a bottle opener for me.
Here's how I feel about it.
Be a very
I
dangerous bottle
remember
opener.
Doug explaining what a divot was.
Yes,
And I've lost it. I don't remember what it was.
it's a hole in the grass, isn't it?
What are you going to be fixing by stabbing the grass, though?
I think you're picking up dirt from a different spot and then filling it with that dirt.
But now that spot's got missing dirt.
Well, I think you just take it from a different spot.
Oh, that seems like that's a lot of divots. That's a lot of divots.
I don't know, man.
It seems like you're just causing problems to make more problems.
Making holes to make more holes.
Yeah.
Or wait, no, filling holes to make more holes. There we go.
Making holes to fill more holes.
One of those.
Yep, get a divot fixer and fuck up your local golf course.
Thickness, all lowercase. 10% off, baby.
Yeah.
For real, get some shirts. Those shirts are badass.
Oh, yeah.
They all fit our fat asses.
All right, so before we get into today's episode, I think we haven't done this in a long time, but it hasn't been deserved in a very long time.
Uh-oh. Why you have a solemn tone with that?
Because we lost an actor that's actually surprising.
Oh, no. Oh, we're doing the death clock, the death tone?
Yeah.
Bong, death toll. Yeah.
R.I.P. to Matthew Perry.
What?
Of Friends.
Really?
Yeah. He's only 53.
That was the funny one?
Yeah. I'd probably say I didn't watch that shit. I think he was, though.
He kind of have a more slanter face, sharp jawline, right? Squinty eyes sometimes.
Yeah, I think that's the one. I'm thinking about the same guy. Yeah.
Chandler, I think.
That makes sense. Yeah, I didn't watch it. I watched How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, okay.
But he was in the whole 9 yards with Bruce Willis, and I really like that movie.
Yeah.
And some other shit. I recognize he was a good actor. You know what I'm saying?
How did he die?
He drowned.
What?
Yeah. Right? What an asshole.
He drowned or somebody drowned him?
I hope somebody drowned him. But no, like Matthew Perry, he probably just drowned on his own. Well, because you don't it's like something like that. It's like, man, I hope somebody killed you. I hope you didn't just, like Bob Saget, right? Bob Saget just kind of fell and hit his head and is dead. And when it happened, you're like, man, I really hope somebody
it's so weird.
Murdered him so he just doesn't go down in such a shitty way.
Maybe I'm just reading into it too much, but when you think drowned, right? Most news articles, they usually say drowned and then in body of water, right? What body of water? Drowned in lake, drowned in pond, drowned in pool, drowned in, to some degree.
Yeah.
But this is just drowned.
All it said was, when I read it, it just said drowned.
That's why I'm just like,
Let's see.
Well, information is not complete here.
In this hot. How do you?
It's hot tub.
How do you
idiot?
How do you drown in a hot tub,
bro? I mean, we shouldn't, RP. But still, bro. How do you? He must have been drunk, dude. He must have been wasted, or somebody killed him in his hot tub.
So they're calling it an apparent drowning.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay.
I killed him.
Officers 911 call at 4:07 p.m. for a water emergency. Nobody was taken to the hospital because that motherfucker was already dead.
Who was with him? Who the fuck was with him, bro?
I hope it wasn't Ross.
Dude.
I think it was Ross.
All the years of your bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm fucking you over now.
Yeah, he's living in his house and shit. How'd you get all the money?
I'm so tired of your shit.
Yeah.
Maybe they just got drunk and it just turned into a feud.
Yeah.
Ross is taller.
Well,
he's way bigger.
It's hard to imagine being able to drown in a hot tub.
Either you're fucking wasted.
Yeah.
Wasted and fall asleep and just,
Yeah. That's awesome.
Because you're blackout wasted, know. Then you're an idiot, right? Or the way that the phrasing is on that fucking article, dude.
Yeah.
It does feel like he got murdered.
He might have gotten murdered.
I think somebody killed him.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I wonder what you guys think. Because we're starting to get people commenting now. So, fucking, if you guys think he got murdered, let's stir this pot, bro. Let's stir this pot, dude.
Hashtag Epstein or stupid. What did he do? Did he kill himself or did Is he just fucking stupid?
Steiner's stupid. Oh, that's a good tag, dude. Is that the episode name?
Epstein or stupid?
Maybe not. Maybe
we'll
not.
think
maybe
about it.
not.
We'll
maybe,
talk about it
maybe
in
not
post.
Epstein. Maybe not for a title. Anyways.
Well, yeah. So, moment of silence for Matthew Perry.
Yeah.
So, I've been cat sitting this week. I've been living in this 1-bedroom apartment, and it's. Why are you laughing?
It's been a while since we had a moment of silence, you know.
We edited that out, yeah.
And it just hit me so hard, bro. Like it kind of broke me emotionally a little bit.
Yeah, well, as you guys know, we edited that out. There was a much longer moment of silence.
Yeah,
but we can't just have that on the air.
No, and that was at least like what, 10 minutes maybe.
Yeah, I mean it was pretty quiet in here. Sad.
It
was really sad.
I think I got a little teary eyed at one point.
Well, I started thinking about just like, what if I drown?
It seems easy
because people probably be like, what kind of dumb asshole drowned in a hot tub? John got murdered. No fucking way he's that stupid.
Scenario. Yeah. That's how it all starts. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Okay, you were saying you're a cat. You're cat sitting.
Yeah. And
how's that been going?
So okay.
Thor and Loki, right? The boys.
Yep, they're good cats.
Which I absolutely fell into their names. It's insane how much they like.
They really do.
Really are
like,
just
Thor's
Loki.
Much bigger.
Yeah.
I mean they're brothers, but like one of them is clearly bigger than the other.
Thor's got like a little fat fupa.
Yeah.
So he's clearly the fat Thor right now.
Yeah, he does. He's got a gunt.
He's got the fat Thor.
He's got a little gunt hanging out an inch and a half off the floor.
Yeah, he's a little skittish, but still willing to be trying to be alpha.
Yeah, but he's a good time. He just been fucking. He'll hang out with me the whole time. So no matter what I'm doing, he's just like kind of on the armrest of the couch. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty cool. Except for he's just a night tweaker.
Yeah.
Just
he gets the zoomies in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
I remember.
Just fucking running around making meowing and shit for no reason.
The mothership's calling,
and
bro.
I think something's in the wall, dude. Because 2 nights now, I'll be in the little living room area, and I could see a little bit into the bedroom. Because this is a 1-bedroom apartment, so if you stand in one space, you can see everything. And
yeah.
And he's just right above this outlet, just freaking the fuck out, dude, just tweaking, like trying to climb the wall a little bit, and like he's
maybe
like
this one is in there,
like banging his head and smelling it. And shit like that. Like, what the fuck is this dumbass cat doing? And then the other cat just hides in another dimension until the catnip comes out.
I'm pretty sure he has portal like pocket portals.
Yeah,
like all around the house.
Yeah, Loki. He just he's much smaller. He was like the runt of the litter.
Yep,
which is crazy because Thor is probably, I would imagine, one of the bigger ones in that litter. Maybe as a whole, he's a big fucking cat.
I actually haven't seen any of the other brothers and sisters, so I have no idea.
I would just imagine he's so much bigger than Loki. He must be one of the bigger ones,
or just Loki's that small.
He is real small. Yeah, that's true.
He's tiny, dude.
Yeah, he is.
Like he's not like small in size, but when you touch him and pick him up and stuff, like there's not an ounce of fat on that body at all.
No. And then he's fucking always
no
doing
muscle.
He's always doing this shit where he's staring at you from another room.
Yeah, and he has 1,000-yard-eyed stare for sure. Yeah, because
his fucking right eye just leaves the room and is looking somewhere else, and his left eye is in you. It's in you. It's not on you. It's in you.
Like no cap, like 100%. One eye will drift every now and then. You know?
You just see him from around a corner staring at you like that. Like, oh my fucking god!
He's actually a skinwalker, and Loki was replaced a long time ago.
I couldn't figure out that motherfucker was eating because I think the fat one eats out of his bowl.
No, probably. they both trade. Like they kind of eat out of each other's bowl.
Yeah.
They've literally never been separated, like ever, you know? So it's almost like they share things as if they're one unit, even though they beat on each other all the time, you know?
Well, I was trying to shoot Thor away from him.
Yeah,
I was like, get the fuck out of there, you fat. You fat.
He shouldn't be eating 2 bowls worth, for sure. Like 100%.
Like, he fucking woke up this morning. I'd take 2 steps. 2 steps, Thomas.
Yep.
I look across.
And he's on it.
There's Thor just sitting right in front of me, throwing up on the carpet. You fucking fat bitch! You ate yourself to death, didn't you?
Piece of shit. Oh man, that's so funny.
You fucking animal, dude.
It's so funny how social he is too. Yeah,
he just hangs out.
He likes the vibe. Honestly, like he likes being pet, but only for a little bit.
Yeah.
But he won't like run away from you, he'll just dip his body under your hand, you know, right? And you go, hey, whoa, chill. I'm just here to hang out, all right? No touchy, no touchy.
Also, one thing I've learned about cats versus dogs, when cats beg for food, it's a whole new level.
Yeah.
Because dogs will just sit at your feet.
Yeah, and they'll just kind of follow. Yeah, cats will try and climb into your lap and take it from you.
Dude, Thor will paw my face.
Yeah.
I'm not trying not to, because I don't want to shoo him away.
Yeah,
because
you like him. You like him being there.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's trying to get in my mouth while I'm eating. Fuck off.
You're putting food into your mouth, and he's putting his paw in your mouth, trying to catch the food.
Yeah.
You know,
you fucking piece of shit.
You
Get out of
fucking
here.
asshole. Dude.
Yeah.
Thor's also the same cat that loves to get high.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's ever had the pleasure of having a cat that is a stoner, but it's actually super sick. You know. Because it wasn't even I would bring him in there, you know. I don't even remember how it started, but I'm pretty sure at the townhouse when we used to live there, because I would always hang out in the garage as always with all my gear, and I would just smoke and naturally start hotboxing. And there was maybe a couple times I just forgot Thor was in there, you know.
Yeah. And
he probably got blitzed one couple times. I don't know how it happened, but regardless, now from that point on, years, whenever I would start smoking, if he 9 out of 10 times was nearby, he would definitely meow at the door or come in and hang out nearby. You know, legitimately would just kick it.
Yeah, I grabbed a vape cartridge because I don't want to bring a bong to the apartment. That feels wrong.
Sure.
And the first time I took a hit, I was in the living room. And he literally immediately just jumps up onto the couch next to me.
He knows.
You fucking pothead.
Yeah, he knows.
You little guy needs his fix.
So
little guy over here itching for a fucking
and
toke.
my sister never smoked like that, you know. She would puff on her pen in her room, you know, but she would only puff once or twice and then she'd be good.
Yeah.
So she was never a stoner.
Yeah.
Right.
And for context, your sister is who I'm house sitting for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Sometimes I forget there's a microphone here.
Yeah, it's all right. That's what the people like.
Yeah. Anyways, so she never really smoked a whole lot like we did, right?
Yeah.
So whenever, especially when you would come over and we would it'd be fog in the garage for the most part, he would legitimately hang out in between or near us, you know, and just vibe for hours, you know. And I remember there was one time vividly, I have this memory in the townhouse, and it was you and I were just hanging out after recording the show, and we were sitting on that really old couch, if you remember, that we had, right? The little 2-seater.
Oh, yeah.
Or 3-seater, whatever it was, right? And Thor was sitting right in the middle of us, and we were playing games because I had the entertainment center and the TV in the garage at that time. And Thor was in the middle, but you couldn't see him because of all the smoke in the fucking garage. And I look over and I'm like, oh shit, Thor's in here. That's right. And I waft fog out of the way to see him. And I'm like, hey buddy, you good, Thor? And he looks over. I can swear to God, if a cat could look blitzed, you know, his eyes were just slightly open. He looks over and goes, meow. I'm he's just so happy, a big grin on his face. It seems like it's so fucking funny, bro. I do miss that cat, but also at the same time, you can't separate him from his brother.
No,
you know, there's another thing.
And his brother, the hiding in different dimension things, it's so fucking real.
Yeah, it's real.
Because even your sister was so, Thor will be out, but
I don't know where he goes.
Loki will be hiding in some pocket dimension that he's created.
Yeah.
I swear to Christ, dude.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I was just because I'll do roll call, I'll shake the catnip.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's the way you can get him out of there.
And he'll come out.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
But it's I've gone in there and looking for him first. Mm-hmm. And I'm all right, not under the bed.
No,
not on the cat tree. Doesn't seem to be in this closet. And then I shake it, and he comes right out of there. I'm like, where the fuck were you?
Yeah, dude.
What the fuck?
He somehow has some way of perfectly blending in with anything, dude.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, and that's why I was I couldn't tell if he was eating or not. Because I noticed the first few days, the fat Thor, fatty, he'd his bowl would be significantly different from when I fed them in the morning. Mm-hmm. and I give them like the wet food at night, and his wet food plate would be empty.
Yeah.
Loki's would look the same, and the wet food would still all be there.
Yep.
I'm like, is he fucking eating or not?
Barely.
'Cause I don't know what to do about that. Like, I was supposed to like.
Yeah, you just offer it, and then if he doesn't eat it, you just throw it and then recycle it.
Yeah.
It's an animal. You know,
Yeah.
what can you do, right?
All right. You know?
Yeah, dude, legit. Like, I think sometimes for a while I thought like he was clinging to the clothes in the closet because I do the same shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'd look.
He's hanging on his shirt.
Yeah, like Mission Impossible, just trying to like to hide from everybody, you know.
Yeah.
Because like I do the same shit where I'd go into a closet and I would move everything on the floor out of the way to look. And and nothing, dude.
Yeah.
Like looking at, I swear to God, like I wouldn't take everything out, you know. So maybe that's part of the problem. But still, I would move everything around, nothing. Look up in the overhead of the closet, nothing. And then part of me would like move some of the shirts out of the way. Like, is he fucking? No.
way,
And I go out like Loki, and then he goes meow. And I turn around, and he's coming out of the closet, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Like, where were
dude?
you? How the fuck did you do that?
I don't know how he does it. Dude.
Yeah.
I really don't know. That cat is. If he was a tiger,
Yeah.
that he'd be apex predator. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
dude.
you would never know when he's on you until you're.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't know.
He'd probably be the kind of tiger that hangs out in trees.
Yeah,
And, like, pounces
it jumps
from above.
out of him,
Yeah.
bro, dude.
Like, what the
For
fuck?
sure. Yeah, no. Thor's definitely like a bush kitty, you know,
Yeah.
and fucking Loki's like a tree kitty for sure.
Yeah.
Like, because he likes high up points. You
Yeah.
know, Thor does too, but I think he likes to like be under the bed a lot of the time in other
Yeah.
places.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's crazy. Thor looks more like a lion, like a tiger or something,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
more like a big cat. He's got that like
He's got a bigger
front
head.
face.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah,
Good cats, good cats.
They're good cats, and it's giving me a glimpse of what it's like to live in like a 1-bedroom apartment.
Oh yeah.
Not for me.
No, especially
No.
when you're sharing walls.
It's not
If you have good neighbors, it's one thing, but
the sharing walls part isn't that much of a bummer.
yeah.
Like I thought, like that part, like to me, honestly, is like, it kind of gave me a nostalgic feel because I was taking a shit yesterday, and I heard the neighbor like turn on their shower. Right, I can hear the water running through the walls and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And it just kind of reminded me of like being a kid and like my dad was gonna take like a bath or my mom was gonna take a
Right,
shower and
right.
like just hearing the water running.
Run on, yeah.
So that was kind of like a weirdly comfortable experience.
Okay.
But like I think part of it is just it's fucking lonely.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting
Quiet.
because living with 3 people, I'm always trying to find my escape to where I could be alone. But once I have total loneliness, I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
That
Maybe
makes sense. I could see it.
Yeah, and maybe it's because of the size of the environment. You know, like
Yeah.
like if I was alone, but like in a house, which I was for a while when I was 18, that was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, because you have enough locations and places to occupy yourself and move around. Too,
Yeah,
you
like
know?
it's almost like, you know, it's like I'm either in the living room watching the TV, or I'm in the bedroom, which is pretty much right on the living room.
Yeah.
Which is some half-built, glorified bullshit wall between the two of them.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, what wall do you want to be facing?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Like this wall on this side or the same wall from the other side?
You probably find yourself like moving things around and like reorganizing a lot just to kind of get a little bit of difference. You know?
And I'm
Like,
sure like there's a lot of people that love that, but I think it's
Yeah.
because like I don't know if it's because I've always had roommates, so it's an unfamiliar feeling for me. But just like I immediately found myself just like, well, not necessarily depressed, but sinking into it.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Just sitting, kind of sitting there in my box.
Cagey.
Yeah, and like
yeah.
I don't want to open the door or the patio or even the window to get air
Yeah.
because of the cats.
Mm-hmm.
So it's even more like you're just kind of trapped here, you know. And you're not, obviously. Like
Sure.
it's got a nice walk-in closet and like you know, a little kitchenette and
Yeah.
bathroom and all that kind of stuff. Like it's a suitable living space. I just think for me, it's not an environment that would be healthy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not conducive to what your living style would want to be.
Yeah,
Or at least
yeah,
what's
like-
more natural for you.
Like I would rather even that same space and then one other person than just me in it. Like,
Yeah, sure.
I think it's too quick to just be like, well, I'm just gonna put a towel on the couch and sit here in my underwear and watch movies.
Yeah. You know, it is interesting to think about how important companionship is for humans.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and how easy it is for people who don't have access to that to fall into a hole, and then that becomes the comfort zone. You know, that's how you get. I think it's barn sour is the phrase when you leave your home and you get anxiety for it, like just because you're not home. You know,
Okay.
for no any other reason for the fact that you're home. You know,
Yeah.
or not home. Excuse me. You know, you could be going off to go see a comedy show or go hang out with your friends, everything, but just the feeling of leaving your wherever your home is, you know. I think it's barn sour.
Not homesick. What the fuck is barn sour?
Homesick is like you're just like, oh, I miss home, you know. But I think barn sour literally is like you are having a reaction to not being at your nest, you know, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the phrase. I could be slightly changing it with the wrong word, but I feel like that's the one.
It makes sense.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's a real thing. A lot of people got it during COVID because everyone got so used to locking down into a single space and never leaving. You know,
Yeah.
that was part of the COVID culture thing too, and probably why a lot of people like had that amplified reaction to everything is because they've developed an anxiety of like leaving their home. You know, and it's weird. I wonder if that's like a human instinct. You know, like in like maybe not like panic, but like when your mind has to resort to cageism in some way, you know, like it adapts as if you're like in survival mode to some degree, you know, because I'm not saying it has anything because I have no idea how science works on a grand scale, you know, but like, you know, humanity did live through like a couple waves of like pandemics, you know, plagues and everything, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder if like cageism is like a natural reactive like instinct, you know, and like that anxiety is a symptom of that, you know, and like leaving home is like you're not protected anymore.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to get back home. Right. Because like that, I think happened for a lot of people during COVID. I can't relate, you know, because like I was in lockdown before like everyone was, and I was fortunate enough to like be able to work from home, you know. But a lot of my hobbies and like things that I choose to mess with were always at the computer or some kind of like tech anyway. You know,
it's interesting for us because like COVID was a whole world event.
Yeah.
And for me, not much changed.
Right.
You know
For a
what
lot
I'm
of people,
saying?
not much changed, but for a good chunk, it did. Apparently.
Yeah, for a lot of motherfuckers, I mean, like, imagine if you were going to school during COVID, if you were like a high schooler or even like a middle or elementary schooler, how confusing that probably would have been, or annoying. Also, like missing like proms and field trips, senior sunrise, senior sunset.
Feeling like you're like robbed, I'm sure.
Band trips, football games.
Yep.
Having all that taken, and then there's the people who actually did lose their jobs. Mm-hmm. You know, there's the people who actually did die and like left loved ones behind and shit.
Yeah, were like actually affected by it.
Yeah, like their whole world was changed and like just in big ways. Where mine, it was like I delivered pizza, so we got a little bit busier.
Right.
And like we just started leaving them at people's doors.
Yeah, and your protocol changed a little bit.
Yeah,
you know,
like, it was pretty fucking chill for me, honestly.
Yeah,
but like it's you know it's interesting in that perspective because like I work with this guy who was born in like 2002, right? He's 21 years old, and I was talking to him the other day while we were coming back from a job site, and he was like, "So you were born in like the 90s, like so you remember this, and that?" I was like, "Yeah, dude. Like I remember." A lot of shit. Like, I remember 9/11. He was like, was 9/11 like a big deal?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. I mean, I was only like 9, but I mean, even then, like, I kind of, like, it was crazy. Like, at school, all of a sudden, they're wheeling in all the AV TVs so you can watch the news. And people are crying and freaking out. And, like, all of a sudden, there was at least one girl in everybody's class who had, like, a relative that was in the tower.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's had to just always be one person.
Yeah. It was such a patriotic, like, call to action for a lot of us. It was first because like we were like all in shock, you know, but really it was because it's the first like actual physical attack on the land of the United States on America, you know, in a long time. You know, in the modern world, you know. So like, you know, it's naturally like I would describe America as like a hive, you know, and like we're always like thinking about the possibility of like, oh, like terrorists or we're gonna be attacked or whatever, and that could be a result of media or whatever, you know. But it's like, you know, finally once you finally poke the hive, all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, we got poked. Oh, send all of the military, blow them all up, you know, just fucking everyone freaks the fuck out, you know. The 9/11 was definitely one of those where it like not only hit everyone at home, but like politics leaned into it real tough, you know. Like it's you attacked our homeland and now we're gonna make a big deal about it and, you know, go to extreme war, you know. We have $1 trillion budget, you know, plus, right, for the military. So like,
but like,
I don't know, man.
So but like this kid,
it was a pretty big deal.
But then this kid was born a year after it. So like by the time he was even like a conscious human being, it was just, you know, like a day of the year.
Well, yeah.
Like to him, 9/11 probably felt the same as like Memorial Day, Labor Day, President's Day, like because like they weren't around. So it is interesting to think of like, you know, in 21 years, he could be working with somebody that's 21. They go, was COVID that crazy? And it's like, yeah, dude, it was fucking nuts. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. Like that's how like I would describe it. You know, like that's like pretty much like it was a big moment. You know. So,
but even we were almost too young to like
know what was going on. Yeah,
I don't think we were old enough to process the death part of it.
No, but
we heard the numbers and all that. But like, I don't think I think we were just young enough to where it was more just like something bad happened.
Yeah, but like, and to your point though, like it was such a huge effect on schools because like whole ass TVs were being rolled into classrooms, so people could see. And we were like in middle school.
No, we were in elementary school.
Was it elementary school?
2001, dude. We would have been 8 years old.
Yeah, like so it's like the fact that like that we're even being exposed to that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and it's not just like, don't worry, kids, it's just another drill, you know, blah blah blah, right? That's like how in shock everybody was, you know, because we never had been really attacked before like that in a hot minute.
I remember pulling up to school, listening to 9/11 live on the radio.
Yeah.
And as if it was like, you know, like an AC/DC concert. 9/11 live. I got to attend that. And
9/11
and we got to the campus and like they would always blow the whistle.
So fucked up. Why do I see a concert poster like a
9/11,
like a tour poster
featuring Plus 44 and Blink-182?
Yeah, exactly. It opens up with Tom Morello, or not Tom Morello, fucking Tom DeLonge, fucking having his conspiracy seminar.
45 minutes of just alien talk without no guitar.
Anyways, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to derail you. What were you saying?
So I was listening to 9/11 live and the hit show, and we got onto the playground, and like they'd blow the whistle, and then everybody would run to their little dot and line up, and I think it was alphabetical order to go to class, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like everybody would run up to the dot, stand in line, one person wide line.
Yep.
And then the teacher would call roll call, and then you would go into the classroom. Mm-hmm. Instead, when they did that, they got over the intercom. And I mean, I'm definitely too young to remember any of what was said over the intercom, but I remember just the vibe of the entire campus was just like changed.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because I was listening to it on the radio, but I didn't really, understand what I was listening to.
Sure.
You know, I can't pretend like I was any older than 8. So.
Yeah. You weren't necessarily connecting the dots. Nobody was.
Yeah. It would have been the beginning of 3rd grade for us.
Damn.
Yeah.
I barely remember that far back.
Yeah. So they said something over the intercom. Everything went like just sad. And then I remember we all stood out in the blacktop together as like a school for like what felt like an hour. And I definitely remember thinking like, should we be going in if like the problem is like, you know,
Yeah.
if we're all worried and like shelter's a thing, like shouldn't we? I mean, feels like we're all just kind of standing out here like a big target.
I mean, I guess they didn't even really know what was happening.
No,
though,
how could they? You know, that was weird.
Right? Like, I guess you would just want to find shelter no matter what in that case.
Yeah.
Right? You just immediately dip forward. You can scoot further that way if you want that to stay up. Remember?
We had one of those shooter rapists come onto the campus once. Mm-hmm. He was pretty cool. He was like, he came from the
He was pretty cool, huh?
He came from the park and everybody had to shelter in place.
It was at Westwood, right?
No, El Monte.
Oh, okay.
And
I think something like that happened at Westwood too.
Yeah, they had to. They detained him, and then they had to land a helicopter on the
on the field
on the campus. Yeah,
dope.
Which I still don't understand to this day, like what he was doing that warranted getting caught up by a helicopter. But
I don't know.
It's a pretty sick way to get arrested, bro.
Yeah.
Like I would imagine if your arrest involves being helicoptered somewhere that's not a hospital.
Yeah.
Then I think you're going to like mega
baller.
jail.
Or maybe he did get sent to a hospital because he got fucked up by whoever tackled him.
That would be cool. Or they shot him a bunch or something.
Yeah, something.
I just remember like the teacher making us all get under the desks. And then he was like this like maybe 5'10", 300 pounds solid muscle.
Oh, yikes.
He got diabetes and then decided to turn that into muscles. So he was just this like just war machine, large but very short fella.
Huh.
And he like went to St. Mary's. So I remember like his friends coming one time to see him. Like, oh, look what he's doing. And like they're all like fucking 6'8".
Yeah.
You know, he was tiny as fuck. It's like, oh my God, he's like a little guy.
He's like a little buddy.
Yeah. And now he's the superintendent of the fucking district.
Damn.
Yeah.
This is the criminal guy?
No, not the rapist with the helicopter. No, the teacher whose classroom was in.
Teacher, okay.
I just remember, he was standing by the door with the window opener, you know, the large
ready to
metal
murder.
pole.
Ready to murder.
He looked at all of us under the chairs and he said, "This is the safest classroom on the entire campus."
Let's go.
That motherfucker, he was so right.
Let's go.
He was so right.
That's
dude.
a man right there.
Half of my teachers were leads. They would have just got bulldozed.
Yeah, dude. This motherfucker comes in here, he's dead.
Yeah,
he's dead.
This is the absolute last classroom.
And I'm going to
that
be
you
polite enough to turn over to the kids and go, "Cover your eyes, kids," and then he's going to just stab the fuck out of them. You know,
my God,
like,
dude. Yeah, he's
dude,
gonna put
damn,
that pole all the way through him.
What an alpha, bro!
Yeah, he's straight up just
That's
like
awesome, dude.
He's like, I hope this is the door that they try to open, motherfucker. Let it be my door that they try to open.
It's like a side profile shot of like the rapist fucker guy about to go into like one of the rooms through a door, and then your teacher's door is blasting through the door on the opposite side and grabbing him, you know, pulling him against the opposite side of the door. You know that meme? You ever see that meme where that guy's shitting on a toilet? And then some dude blasts through the wall on the side and pulls him off the fucking toilet.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
It's not like that, but it's like through fucking solid door.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking crazy,
sick.
dude. Oh my God. Your teacher was a baller, dude.
That was a badass. It was badass. That was one of my favorite moments of that school. My favorite. I'll never forget this. This was awesome. Kindergarten. I remember this vividly. The principal of the school was not very happy.
Uh-oh.
He also liked alcohol.
Huh.
And it didn't seem no matter what time of day
Oh.
he was going to start consuming it.
This is like a comic book principle.
Dude, he hammered 8:30 in the morning. 8:30 in the morning.
Hammered, huh?
Hammered.
That sounds like leftover drinking.
Dude, he gets on the intercom and he gives the 5th grade the entire what for. I don't know what the 5th graders did.
Oh no.
I was in kindergarten, so we were still in the little caged off area. You know, we didn't get to roam with the rest of the kids.
Yeah, you're like little beasts. Still,
Yeah,
untamed.
Dude. We're still caged up. We don't get to be with the other ones.
You haven't been fully domesticated yet.
So I don't know if they had like a food fight or like a group stabbing, but
Yeah.
he came on the intercom, dude, and he used every swear word he could have ever thought of. He's
Getting creative.
He's hammered, so he's slurring a little bit. He's just going off on the entire 5th grade class.
Yeah.
Just telling them that they're little bastard pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And that the whole class fucking is gonna fail, and like it's like a whole generation of fucking ditch diggers. Like he just
wow.
It was awesome, dude. He went just full on.
That man had some therapy he needs to go through.
And guess what?
God
that
damn.
was not his last day.
I was gonna say.
It was not.
Well, I mean, when you've climbed that far up the
tenure,
yeah. Well, not even the tenure. Just you kind of are calling the shots at that school.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, what are those punk ass fucking teachers gonna say?
You know, like
fucking office lady bitch. Don't look at me.
The union can't really go after him because he's not necessarily like attacking the kids like directly. He's just berating them.
Well, and this before anybody was recording anything.
Right, and it's also like you can't nail him for drinking on the job, because again he runs the place, like you'd have to have a superintendent come in, and like cause a stink about it, and we all know how like present our MDUSD fucking upper staff is for our education system.
Like, collecting money and
non-existent.
fucking nothing.
Yeah, fucking
but,
Christ.
But that we had another one that was a teacher. He was a 4th or 5th grade teacher. He was also a drinker, and he had a fucking heart attack at recess.
Oh no!
Yeah, on the playground.
Oh no!
He had just a sweaty drunk,
fucking just convulsing.
Yeah, and they found like a ball of whiskey and a pistol in his desk.
Wow, dude. So these I think these fucking office people. Because it's never teachers that you hear about that like go off the deep end. If they do, they usually go off the deep end outside of the school.
Yeah,
because they kind of still somewhat care about the kids because they work with them. But like these people that work in the office that don't have to work with the kids day in day out.
Yeah, what's their whole
these
deal?
Motherfuckers need to get screened.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it seems like it's coming out of there. With these like psychopath people.
What a strange job to have.
Right? Yeah, just to be the office clerk for a school.
Yeah, so you know you're not getting paid well because it's for a school.
Right.
But you're also not making a difference in children's lives whatsoever, which is the only reason you're supposed to accept such shitty pay.
Yeah, you just like help the system function.
Yeah.
And the system is not very functional.
Yeah.
To begin with.
Yeah, you just sit there all bitter with your fucking nose up talking shit about people's kids.
Yeah, the one or two times you get sent to the office and you get to be the one that like kind of like sticks it to them before sending them into the actual like principal's office or whoever's office, kind of thing. Because you ever been sent to the office and like had to wait, to go into the principal's room or office or whatever the fuck, right?
Of course.
So yeah, like I don't know if it's for everybody, like as far as like it's happened for everybody, but like when you get called in, like I always got a comment or two from the fucking the clerk, whoever was at the front portion of that office, excuse me, sorry, I'm burping up my fucking coffee apparently. But I'm losing my track. Sorry, fucking falling apart here.
There's always just that cunty office lady that's got something to say.
Yeah, always has some quip about just like, oh, getting called in. Okay, well, give me a couple minutes and file this fucking paperwork for you or something, or referral, please. Or they won't even treat you like a person, kind of thing. I don't know. It just always felt bitter going into the office.
See,
as a kid.
Now when I go into those offices, they always treat me like a rapist. Like every time I'm on like a child's campus and I go into the office. They're always just like, who the hell are you? What are you doing here? And I'm just like, fucking scouting. What are you talking about?
Jesus.
I'm trying to find a kid. I want one of my own. I'm not just going to pick any of them.
I'm just going to take one.
I'm not just going for the one that's the slowest. I'm going to watch them. I want to figure out which one's going to be the winner. And who also looks like it can hold a secret, But no, I mean, like, I'll be going in there.
Wow.
But that's how they treat me, though. They treat me.
I know.
They treat me as if that's what I said. I'll go in there with like a drill in my hand or a little tool bag. I'll be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Have the name of your company on your shirt. Clearly, like
just pulled up in a van that says the name of the company also, and they match.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like
there's a lot of signs here.
It's like, what are you doing here? Trying to fuck kids? It's like, no, I was just gonna. Jeez, I was just gonna.
There's a reason why you work here and not in the classrooms.
Oh my god, they're awful. Every time I deal with them, they're just super annoying. They're just the cuntiest people in the world.
Yeah, our education system needs work for sure.
Yeah.
But anyways,
less office
point
attendance.
being, let's move on from this drab.
Yeah.
This drab.
I tried playing God of War.
With the Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Why tried?
I'm gonna go ahead and just rename it God of Snore.
Heresy.
I thought it was. All right, so I tried to put it on yesterday.
Okay,
right?
hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I need you to answer me one question first, though.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's because it's the magic of the first one is gone now because now you're used to the style of God of War?
No.
You know? Okay, good.
No, because
good.
they still do a good job of you don't know when cutscenes begin or end because you play into them and out of them.
I guess I mean more like, you know how it's like a fresh new thing and it's exciting, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, does that matter to you at all? That you like, have you thought about that as possibility?
No, I'll just
Because I only ask. Sorry to keep interrupting you. My bad. But I only ask is because I do that a lot with games. That I'm like, this sucks. You know, it's not nearly as good. And then I come to realize it's just because the wow factor of this new franchise isn't quite as punchy as it was.
Yeah.
You know, and I tend to look at the next game a little more harsher. You know, but I mean, if you already like thought that through, then whatever.
No, for me, it was when I was looking at it, like when it first loads up, I'm like, well, okay, like it's definitely really pretty. Like they did a good job on that. Like you could see every individual hair in Kratos' beard, to where you could pick out the grays.
Hell yeah,
you know. So like that's pretty good. I thought the opening segment is like pretty deep. You know, like it was for the last one, where it starts by basically burying the mother.
Yeah. I can't remember her name. I almost had to say Freya, but that's the other bitch.
No, I don't remember. But
the
same thing.
Titan lady.
Yeah, same kind of thing. They open up with like a very touching opening, but it was so slow that I started playing and then I fell asleep, and then I woke up. I started playing and then I fell asleep, and I think I tried like 4 times. And each time I picked up that controller and started playing it, I'd get like a few minutes in and I'd fall asleep.
Really?
It's so fucking slow in the beginning. Like maybe it's just the beginning,
sucks.
but it's just like he's heavy.
Story heavy?
Fucking no, not even story heavy. Like characters heavy. Like
you just move slow.
Yeah, it's like it just feels like you're just trudging through nothing.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, and maybe like I was still in the opening, maybe 15 minutes of the game. Like I just keep like I could not keep my eyes open playing it. Like I don't know. I don't know if it's because it starts off in the snow, so it's like bright. It's kind of harsh on the eyes. You're like a stoner and you're tired. Then I guess
you're squinting extra.
Everything is white, so it does kind of make you kind of close your eyes a little bit.
Yeah.
So that might be the problem. And I'm sure if I play into it a little bit more, it's gonna open up. But honestly, after just that, I'm like, I might just try a different game.
That's fair. Yeah.
Like Miles Morales, I know is on that PlayStation.
Oh yeah.
And I never was quite sure on what that was. Like as far as the game goes, like is that a whole game?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a standalone game. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like it's supposed to be like because the new Spider-Man just came out on like last Friday,
right?
And I thought about like literally buying it, even though I know I'm not going to be able to finish it, but just to be able to play it, like almost like a rent situation.
Sure.
Just to play it a little bit, but then I'm starting to think like, well, if Miles Morales is a whole ass game and it's the same company, mechanics essentially, like why don't I just play that?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. It's looks like it's a it is a separate game. It's considered a separate game, but I don't know if it's like DLC for the original Spider-Man or you just buy a whole new disc. Because it says that it's roughly about 7.5 hours of main objectives, you know, and then around 18 hours in total for roughly to obtain 100%, you know.
So yeah, so that's not like a game.
But the game also sells for like the regular game for like $40. It's like not a full price game.
Yeah, so it's not.
And it has its own disc like case and everything.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, that's the part that confuses me. Is like
I think it's a separate game.
30 hours. I'm not calling that a game.
Right. I mean, like with that logic, then a lot of games wouldn't be
Yeah,
considered games.
But you have something to stack it directly up to. How many hours was Spider-Man?
Probably several.
Well,
I don't know how many.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I think, like, if the difference between like a Borderlands and like a Tales of a Borderlands, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm talking about like Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2, and those are both like 100-hour games,
Right.
then Miles Morales being 30 to me sounds more like a DLC than a game.
Yeah. No, sure. I get your point.
Yeah, it's not that 30-hour games aren't games. It's just that when you're putting it up against in that, like, is it going to be like these other two? Then no, it's more of like a side thing. But I'm only going to be there for like two really more days.
Yeah.
So that actually might be kind of worth it because that's obtainable.
Yeah. It's 18 hours in for the whole 100%, and then we're roughly 7.5 to 8 for like its main objectives.
Yeah.
So like you could probably do that
For the fact that I'm only going to be there today and tomorrow. Like, honestly, that sounds kind of perfect.
Yeah, and it does look like it's treated as a separate game. It's just not like downloadable DLC. It's like legitimately a whole separate CD or disc or whatever you want to fucking call it. So, silence, dead air.
It's not dead air. It's whether or not that shit was. I mean, like Borderlands, like Tiny Tina's. Like, that one's like long as fuck. Like, I would consider that one.
Yeah, totally. No, but as far as like what I'm saying is like they're selling it. It's like it is a separate game.
Yeah,
it's short, but it's a separate game.
Yeah. I mean, I knew it had like its own disc and all that kind of stuff. It's just it wasn't really talked about as much.
Right.
Like Spider-Man. Like, everybody's played Spider-Man. They're like, that game was fucking awesome. But
yeah,
I haven't really heard anybody say like, yeah, man, and Miles Morales was also really good.
Right. Yeah. It's not treated as a mainline.
It's never.
Game.
Yeah. It just doesn't come up like that. Like, it's like when somebody's like, "Oh man, I love Borderlands 2." It's like, "Oh, 2 was good, but 3 was my favorite," or "I really like the pre-sequel." Like, because those are all their own games.
Right.
Miles Morales to me is just like, did you play that extended, motherfucker? Did you get the DLC?
Yeah,
that PS5 exclusive.
It feels like DLC. Yeah. It just feels like an expansion for sure. I mean, like I mean, you could argue it is, but I guess in principle, as far as how they're selling it as a game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it did come out for PS5 instead of 4.
Yeah.
So I mean, like that was like it was a jump.
This probably was like their demo test,
Yeah, it was like a taste.
Likely before Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
that would actually make sense. Maybe it was like a tech demo,
Yeah,
to see how well their shit ports over to PS5. And other stuff.
That would make a lot of sense.
That's probably what they did. Now that I think about it, because that just. I think it came out like the same year that PS5 came out. I want to say. So,
yeah, because that was like when the PS5
did it launch with it. I don't even remember now.
I remember like that was PS5. The first thing I was excited about with the PS5.
Right.
Because like when it came out, I was like, oh shit, there's a whole nother Spider-Man game coming out with it. It's Miles Morales, and like I think the point I was trying to get to is if I would have bought a PS5, and with the intent of getting the new Spider-Man game, and it would have been Miles Morales, I probably would have been pissed.
Yeah,
because I would have been like, because it's just like I would buy a PS5 to play Spider-Man 2,
right?
Like, no doubt. But if I bought a PS5 with the intent to play Miles Morales, and then the next day I'm already done with the game, I'd be like, son of a bitch, they got me.
Yeah.
That was a $500-$600 gotcha. You bastards.
You son of a bitch.
I went on OfferUp. I paid $1,100 for this fucking PlayStation.
Yeah. I mean, I think they sold it at 40 right out the gate. So at least they priced it in a fair way, so it's not like a full 7. Because now games are $70 instead of $60.
Yeah.
Like officially, like I've seen more games launch at 70 now. Than 60 in a couple years.
Well, that and like every game has add-ons now.
Yeah.
So really, it's like $90.
Yeah, that's true. Like especially if you get because everyone launches with deluxe editions and stuff.
Yep.
So like that's another $10 to $15.
Oh my god! Fuck portkey games. Can we go back to that? Fuck portkey games.
Yeah.
Making a deluxe Harry Potter.
Yep.
And being like, no, there's never gonna be a DLC. You spent $30 for nothing.
Yeah, aren't they talking about already making a new
They
like,
shouldn't.
fucking Hogwarts
They
one,
fucking
dude?
shouldn't.
Like, they already want to fucking capitalize
Pieces
on
of
making more
shit.
money. Yeah,
Fucking assholes.
Because they're not gonna, because they made buckets.
Yeah.
You know, everyone tried to boycott it because everyone was like freaking out about God, what's that bitch's name that wrote Harry Potter?
J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
She's anti-Semitist or whatever the fucking everything else. You
She's
and racist and
she's
all that shit.
transphobic.
Yeah, whatever. All the labels, you know.
Yeah.
And so everyone was boycotting, you know.
Yeah.
And then because you hear that and see that the most, people yelling, right? Then the game drops and they sell like $150 to $200 million of like fucking like. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's the production cost. How much did Hogwarts make? Hold on, 1 second.
Yeah, no, it's gonna made way more than that.
Hogwarts Legacy. So they made it for 150 mil. Let's see. Profit.
Yeah, Avalanche Studios too.
Holy tits. Guess. I'll throw in your numbers.
I'm gonna say that they sold 200 million copies. Or are we saying like a number?
Sorry, how much did they make in profit? Sorry. I do actually have copies now too. No,
I'm gonna say they made $1 billion.
Yeah.
They made $1 billion?
Yeah. 15 million copies sold and made about 1.3 billion in revenue.
Jesus.
From
Fuck them.
one game, dude.
And before
with
that,
150 mil in production costs.
and-
That's some crazy profit.
and before
dude.
that, they were just making phone games.
That's some crazy profit,
Dude,
dude.
they were making idle phone games.
Phone games is probably the best way to make money too.
They took
Yeah.
all the mechanics and whirled over from the Just Cause game
Yep.
because it's Avalanche Studios and probably gave it to them at some recycled ass fucking rate. Was like, here, use all of our like bullshit to put your fucking silly little game together.
Yep.
And that's why it was so cheap.
Yep.
And then they made $1 billion off it. Suck
Yep.
my dick.
Yep. See, now two scenarios.
Yeah.
Either A, they're smart and they reinvest as much as that as they can and double, if not triple, the production cost for the next Hogwarts game.
Yeah.
Put in Quidditch, put in like all the extra bullshit, expand the world, make more dungeons, expand the main story maybe even further,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Do what you did, but more of it and refine it. Don't change hella shit. Because when you change hella shit, that's when you're flipping the dice or flipping the coin, rolling the dice, all those right? Because either it's going to change for the better or you're going to tank it.
Yeah,
And,
like your mechanics are already spot on.
Right. Like
Like-
maybe add the combos and refine it a little bit more, add Quidditch because everybody wants Quidditch. Add a full Quidditch system. Add
Yeah.
like a fucking like.
And
where
be
you
prepared for
were-
online Quidditch.
Yeah,
Like, come
that'd be
on.
sick. That'd
Online
be sick.
Quidditch.
But
Online team deathmatch.
I would argue prioritize multiplayer last because that's what's when people try to do both, and not prioritize one over the other, it tends to tank the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I would say prioritize the main game content first.
Yeah.
And then add multiplayer if you have production benefit for it.
Yeah. But I mean, as we've seen, like with multiplayer, that's how the money keeps coming in. Like
Totally.
Like,
but also it's
I-
a different kind of game though.
But I mean, like here's the all right. If I could, in playing here because I played I finished that game. If I could, I would totally do like a 50-on-50 team deathmatch, like a little war. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody's got their spells and they can fuck each other up.
That'd be crazy though.
I would do the duels. I would do the one-on-one duels for sure, like that they would do in the Defense Against the Dark Arts classes. I definitely would do Quidditch. I mean, I feel like there's also like there was that game where you just roll the balls. Like almost like skee ball to land in target zones.
Yeah.
I'd play the fuck out of that online.
Yeah.
But something like Grand Theft Auto, like I read a thing that
Jesus, you're just pumping that budget up crazy, aren't you? That's a lot of money you're talking to do.
But-
That's a fuck ton.
But look at how much it costs to create Grand Theft Auto 5. Real quick, because it was so let's remember 150 million made Hogwarts Legacy, and I think 5 was only like 250 million.
265 million.
So almost double, but not quite double that budget.
Yeah.
And like, what was the profit on GTA 5? Because so it's like to make double, they would have had to make $2 billion.
Let's 7.7 billion.
Okay, so they spent almost twice as much, but they brought in 7 times as much.
Right, but I'd also argue like
That's also
the
crazy.
type of game that you're selling. You know, like
Yeah.
they're completely different genres, completely different styles. Even the mentality around them are completely different. You know,
They kind of are, but they're also not. You play one guy, you go around doing missions and side missions, and then as you do them, the area gets bigger. And eventually,
Yeah.
you just travel back and forth across the area doing gopher missions and shit.
but that's every RPG though.
Yeah. So I mean, like in that sense, they're not that much different. I mean, the content itself is a lot different, and I would say GTA overall has way more shit to do.
Yeah.
I mean, they're talking for 6. I saw a thing that they're saying it might be their last game because they won't need to make another game. Essentially, like, I'm assuming what that means, like, is that GTA is going to turn themselves into like their own World of Warcraft, where it's not about making a GTA 7. It's the new expansion in 6.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And like, I think that that's probably like the fucking coolest thing ever. Is like we're getting into the era now, where with just GTA so far, honestly, but where it's just gonna be one game that keeps going and keeps going, just like World of Warcraft did.
Yeah.
And I mean, it just seems like that'd be the best path to go for anybody.
Yeah. Totally.
Because
Totally.
like, I mean, fuck, dude, like 7.7 billion in revenue.
Yeah. But I also think you're trivializing like the genre and what the content is and how far that goes, you know, because GTA like
Harry
made
Potter's
its
huge.
name. I know, but GTA is like as far as like its genre, it's from the get go. It's you're meant to cause chaos, you know, just
Yeah.
right. Like Harry Potter's not really like you can cause chaos, but that's not the mentality from the get go.
No, but it also has like one of the biggest fan bases in the world.
yeah.
Like already,
Yeah.
like you know, like they got the parks after it, and everybody's got a fucking wand in their room now and a fucking cloak and shit. Like GTA is like really just for adults, where Harry Potter could be for everybody, but not everybody would play it like in the same way though. I mean, I guess GTA is more for everybody who plays video games, where Harry Potter is supposed to be for like families and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it depends, right? But I mean, there's clashes of like tones like that for sure.
Well, like
you
as
know?
far as like your average like 25-year-old male gamer, I'm pretty sure that they would take something like GTA over something like Harry Potter every day.
yeah, there's that pull too for sure.
Yeah, and that's who's buying the video games.
Yeah, and like it's advertised now to like play with friends and stuff. You know, you could do that with Harry Potter for sure, but I don't think they probably wouldn't make nearly as much money as GTA. I think GTA has a lot of proper dominoes nailed, you know, to like really be making that kind of money. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm definitely putting Rockstar, right?
Rockstar.
On a pedestal here.
Yeah.
But because they really nailed their market. They knew exactly who they were selling to, what they were going to do, how they were going to continue to make money, and how they were going to continue pump content out. You know, like they have the formula down.
Is it possible to say, because I know a lot of like nerdier gamers would be upset, but is GTA the best RPG ever made?
Could be. Could be.
Grossing wise, hours played, effect on culture.
Yeah, could be. Could be.
I mean, you know, obviously people are going to say stuff like Skyrim, but and Skyrim is awesome and replayable as fuck, but GTA is also like, you know, daily. You know what I'm saying? Like people just play it. Well, everybody's playing.
We'd
it.
have to really like that. That's a huge thing to unpack, and I don't know if we could get that in 20 minutes. You know? Because like that's like we'd have to make a chart because both games, Skyrim and GTA, made huge splashes in their respective like sides of the field. You know, like Skyrim kind of defined what those open world RPG games like were supposed to be, like or fantasy based at least, right?
Yeah.
They kind of defined a whole, kind of like how Halo defined a whole like genre of game,
Yeah.
Like Skyrim pretty much really did that for a whole generation, right?
Yeah.
But GTA also kind of did that as well for when it comes to online open chaos, because there's no other game like it,
Yeah.
There's been other games that try to replicate it, but there's no other game like it, There was that one game that was I think Sleeping Dogs, that was basically GTA but in like Japan, I want to say.
Yeah, and there was also Saints Row and
like there's games
the
that have done
Yakuza
it,
games, but nobody even today's like they just can't do it like Rockstar does it.
Well, and Yakuza even has its own, like, to your point,
There's like 7 of the Yakuza games.
Well, like, cause like, and they have their own thing, they have things that it's like GTA that they clearly got ideas from GTA as far as the open world, you know. I think that's maybe the difference is. Whereas Skyrim like defined it where everyone's copying it to a pretty close T to a degree, GTA defined like things to do and how to do things in that kind of style of game, right? Like, no one copied GTA to a T, but they took ideas from GTA,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It's not a crafting game,
right?
Like other RPGs,
right?
All the other, like The Witcher and all that shit. Like, there's always going to be some form of crafting aspect to it, whether that's building potions or armor pieces or a house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With GTA, it's like, no, guns and bullets, dude. Guns, bullets, cool cars.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're not necessarily being like, I need to go collect 1,500 bullets so I could trade them for a gun so that I could start using that gun to make soup. It's just like, how do I kill and fuck and kill more?
Yeah.
And now this thing makes me kill.
Chaos.
This thing helps me kill even better, but honestly,
and then
the pistol I got in the beginning of the game kills just fine.
Yep, and then I'll stop in the clothing store and get all fucking, my little suit on, right?
Yeah.
Maybe look like a pimp.
But I'm not looking at that suit like, oh shit, 1,500 HP bonus. That's pretty cool.
No, we're just going for the aesthetic.
No, you never see the word crit rate.
Yeah, we're just styling, pulling out a big ass gun, bow bow bow.
There's no stats.
Playing the
there's some stats.
The devil's advocate, I guess. Maybe not devil's advocate, but like RPG is such a hard term to nail down nowadays.
Yeah.
Because like traditionally, RPG usually means like not necessarily like you can role play a style of play, but like you are making choices that vary, that influence the grand scheme of thing.
Yeah.
And then GTA technically doesn't have that. You more so just have a linear style, and then you can role play as like an asshole and murder everybody and run around and do shit. But you're not making decisions in like quests or missions that influence how the outcome is. That's traditionally how RPG is.
There's a little bit. I mean, you do have to choose whether or not you're going to kill Michael Trevor or neither.
Right, yeah.
At the end of the story.
Right, yeah. There's like those big end outcomes, but like
that was about it.
Yeah, right. But again, that's traditionally how people define it, right?
Yeah.
Now it's like it's starting to open up in just how you approach a game can even be argued role play, So like for example, you are in GTA you're in a chase scene, right? And you're running after this person. You have a variety of ways that you can technically role play to chase this person down. You can be hyper efficient, roll up, and then just go for headshots only, right? Maybe you're an assassin style, or you're a demolition person and you try and find the biggest truck nearby you can find and try and slam and run them over,
Or you suck at video games, so you just follow them for 30 minutes through the city getting frustrated.
Yes, right.
Every now and then trying to hit a pit
You're
maneuver.
just a really bad assassin.
Yeah. More of a goon than an assassin.
But point being is like I feel like the term RPG is being used loosely, nowadays because there's just so many ways that can make something an RPG.
Yeah.
But traditionally, it's the Skyrim style where many choices come up to you, and what you do depends on a variety of things and how that affects blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I guess for people who are probably freaking the fuck out, like you were saying on the opposite side, it's not an RPG. It's not a traditional RPG, no, but there's like role play servers on GTA online where you can pretend to be like an actual cop, or pretend to be an actual criminal, and people will actually play out bits and pretend to be those roles. I don't know if you've ever seen those videos on YouTube. But there's a whole ass like server and community of people doing that on online on computers, and like they're like all regular people that will actually lean into the joke.
Yeah,
like somebody I ran up with as a cop with a gun was like, get on your knees, blah blah blah, right? And instead of typical what you would expect in a GTA server, just explosions and chaos, the guy complied and actually was like, oh fuck, and like they took him all the way to jail, and then he had like a breakout scene where he actually got out and stuff, and like the cops let him go basically, right? But were pretending to chase him, like it was kind of wholesome to watch everyone like cooperate like that,
Yeah.
But I mean, like, that's present in GTA servers, and I know that wasn't the intended thing for a lot of these people, or for the developers rather, but I still think that there's something there to give claim to GTA that you can roleplay in it, like it's not traditional, but you can.
Also, it's like, what do you have in an RPG game, right? So it's what you have. You play a dude, typically in some form of open world, where there's some kind of main missions and there's some kind of side missions.
Sure.
The order in which you do those is kind of up to you, but realistically, the game will probably guide you to do it a certain way.
Yeah.
You collect resources as you go to make your resources that you have better, so you can be more efficient at playing it. And then, you collect until the point where you have so much shit that you feel like you can't get any stronger or collect any better. And then, the game's over. And that's the same way to describe The Witcher as it is to Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Like, you got your guy, and then you go and you murder some folks and you go, I'm going to need to be better at murdering. And then you play a mission where you got to murder.
Yeah.
And like, okay, well, if you're going to be better at murdering, at the end of this mission, they gave me stuff to help me with my murder. So I'm going to do more of these missions to get murder better.
So I can be more efficient at murder.
Yeah.
Murder! Yo, real talk, just kind of hard right, but still on GTA. The heists are bomb.
The heists are
so
fantastic.
sick, dude.
They're so good.
So much fun.
Yeah.
I have so many memories just playing all those and failing miserably with all the homies, because somebody does something stupid and we're on hard mode trying to get the most cash and shit, so one death, it's over. Yeah. Right? So, oh my God, bro. Like, there's the jailbreak one that we did. I think we must have done that like 20 plus times in a row.
Oh, man. For me, it's the Doomsday one that I always get fucked on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, unless you have like a team. Here's the thing with GTA, unless you have boys.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Randos are a nightmare.
Those heists online are hard. They are fucking hard. Eventually you find somebody and then you lock them down, try to find somebody else with them.
Yeah.
And then maybe you might
slowly build a team.
Yeah. And that's just about how many hours you want to stay on that day.
Yeah, you're just scouting together.
Yeah. It's like, come on, somebody wants to take this seriously, right?
Please God. Yeah.
All right, that guy made it pretty far. I'm going to friend him.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully they'll be online tomorrow. You hop on. Nope, none of them are online. Fuck.
It's like I added all these assholes for nothing.
Do it all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, like GTA really kind of is meant to have at least like a couple group of friends online to really benefit from, especially now because there's like, you can have like a drug front and everything. You know, there's a one point where you like take like hit missions and assassin missions with Franklin. And old Chop shows up and whatnot. Every time though, like I show up to that tower and Chop's not in the office. Because of the way they animate how old he is, I'm like, oh God, he didn't die, right? Franklin, you didn't put him down, right?
Chop,
where's Chop? And then eventually he like walks in. I'm like, oh God, thank God, okay.
Yeah.
It's because I love Chop, dude. Like he's like iconic. He's been part of the game for so long.
I like in the Dr. Dre DLC how they're a little older.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, he'll be in your bed. Like, you'll wake up and you'll just have Chop with you.
He's like, vibing. Yeah.
Good, thank God.
Good boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Franklin was probably one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
Like the whole GTA series in general.
Yeah, I would agree.
Something about his vibe, like, is sick.
Yeah, because he's morally good-hearted, but at the same time,
willing to get shit done.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And like he also like stands up for like his friends, and like the people who like he values, right? And I don't know, he's just a solid character.
Yeah.
Right? He's the least crazy out of all of them. That's probably why. Because he's the only stable one that's just swimming in the bullshit.
Yeah.
That's probably why everyone likes him,
he's
honestly.
like, this guy's nuts. These guys are crazy.
Yeah, he just has to swim, and he's like, I'm either going to like sink in this shit or swim, and I'm fucking swimming.
Yeah,
you know?
he's just trying to get out of the ghetto, you know?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be on Grove Street anymore.
When the Franklin meeting Trevor.
Yeah.
Just like, I think everyone had that moment when like you're about to see them meet at the trailer park with Michael, you know, and everything, and you're just like, oh, here we go. Like, this is gonna be a problem.
Yeah, it's like, oh, one's gonna kill the other.
Yeah, something. Trevor's gonna go off the deep end.
Yeah.
And Trevor's cool though. I liked him a lot. Did you like him as a character?
I love Trevor as a character.
Some people hate him. and other
He's
people
great.
love him.
He, you know, every time you cut back to him, he's doing something else that's wild. Like,
Yeah.
he's on the middle of a mountain in his underwear, or he's
Yeah.
like fighting some dude, but he's wearing a dress.
Yeah, he's wrestling a bear.
Yeah,
You know,
he's
doing
always
some crazy shit.
Yeah, like I wouldn't play around as him any more than I had to,
Yeah.
because his just ability just wasn't as good.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Michael's. Like the auto aim in that game is so on point that you don't need Michael's fucking slow down ability.
No.
And Trevor's standing there and gets shot ability is cool and all, but
Yeah.
Franklin had the slow down movement for the car.
So much fun, dude.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
dude, the best.
I would just
banking turns and bobbing and weaving.
Oh yeah, like I would just way before I played online, I would get like the Dinka Jester, which is essentially an NSX, and I'd put everything on it, and I would just try to do laps around the whole map without crashing once.
As fast as you can,
Yeah,
top speed.
yeah, and using Franklin's ability to
Yeah.
get through traffic and shit.
So sick, dude.
Yeah, like it was just it made it added to the driving element entirely, where the other two were just like, honestly, I can hide and I've got pretty good auto aim. I don't really need either of these abilities.
That's true, especially because like all you had to do was like aim down the sights and let go every time, and it would always kind of start you roughly near the head.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
yeah, and then
So as
you
long
only
as
had to
you're,
click
like-
up a little bit on the thumbstick to get a
Yeah,
headshot.
yeah. Just you kind of lean your thumb up on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you just like look down the sides, let go of your I think it was left trigger. Like on and off over and over again, and just constantly bop, bop,
And then
bop, bop, bop.
they have a
One by
roll.
one.
The roll feature is crazy effective.
Yeah,
It's hard to hit somebody when they're rolling.
Yeah.
and then just hide behind a crate.
Yep.
You know, there's crates and shit everywhere.
yeah. I never had any issues. I don't think with any of the gun assault rifle based like just run and gun missions. I don't think I had any issues with those.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Although some of the online gets difficult with that, because it's like if some of the other guys get some of the crazy shit,
Yeah.
and you're stuck with the pistol, it kind of gets difficult.
Yep.
Like they'll do this one where it's like I think it's like a King of the Hill or like a last man standing kind of thing, but it's like deep online where somebody built the map, and they'll build an obstacle course into the sky, so everybody starts at the ground and there's no weapons, and then there's like this ridiculous obstacle course that just seemingly goes forever upwards, and it'll be like like jump onto a really thin log, get on top of it, walk across, do like almost what has to be a double jump to get to the other one.
Yeah.
Hard turns with like no floor, so you might overstep it. And then like there's 1,000 reasons to just fall off. And then you fall back to the bottom where people are just punching themselves to death. But whoever gets to the top, there's guns up there. And then so like they'll get to the top, they'll get down, then now you got like fucking 20 people in a cage with one guy with a gun.
Oh my god!
It's
It's
fucking
raining
awesome.
down hell.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah!
The creativity in the online is just ridiculous. Like people build their own racetracks,
Yep.
their own C racetracks. Like if you go to Grand Theft Auto and you go into online and you hit just like missions, Rockstar created missions, and then the user created missions, there is like infinite shit to do
Yeah.
in that game.
There's always so much to do.
Yeah, and that's why I think like 6 really could just be their last game.
Yeah, I mean, they probably don't need to make more money. They've like pretty much. I'd argue they kind of Nintendo'd themselves in a way that like they kind of found their market, capitalized on it, made all the right moves, and then eventually just kind of made it so no one can really compete with them, as far as doing what GTA does. That's probably why no one's really ever tried to mimic them to a T or be the next GTA, because there's no point. Like, it's a losing battle, you know? And then they went and made Red Dead, which also I'm sure like made tons of money. I don't know what their product or project budget on was that, but I know they made fucking buckets, dude. Let's see here. Red Dead. Thickness is dying right now, so I'm stalling. Hold on here. Jesus. Let's see. Holy shit, bro. Let's see. Red Dead 2. Oh my god, he's still dying. Production budget. Let's see. Jesus. Okay, they had a budget of between 370 million and 540 million. That's a huge gap.
Jesus.
That's a huge gap.
That's a lot of money. That's more than double what they spent on GTA.
Yeah. Now how much did they make? Now,
Nowhere
that's the
near.
real question.
They did not give a fuck about that online at all.
Cost. Okay, so now profit. Let's see here. Holy 1.3 bill. You know, they probably took their money and ran on that one. Honestly, because to your point, I also heard that they definitely didn't have the greatest online experience for sure. They sold 55 million copies by June 2023.
That's actually really bad.
It's crazy though.
Well, think about it. So, same company.
Still made profit though, which is good.
Yeah, but think about it like this: same company, right?
Yeah.
Like if you owned Rockstar,
right.
and you were getting your yearly, and like somebody was like, "All right, so Grand Theft Auto budget was 250 million. We brought back 7.7 billion. Holy shit, that's awesome. What about Red Dead? Well, Red Dead, we used about half a billion, and we made $1 billion. Well, then don't ever make another one of those again.
Yeah.
That's fucking stupid. That's awful. That's,
Don't ever do that again. I dare you disgrace that peasant money at my table.
I'm not. No. Well, that was.
You
that was a
only
bad idea.
made double. Excuse me.
Well, I mean, when your other guy makes fucking like 13,000%
Yeah.
return,
Yeah.
it's like 50% looks like shit.
So it looks like GTA 4 on the PS3 and the Xbox 360 sold over 6 million copies in its first week.
That's a lot of juice.
Are you having just a bodily functions over there? You good, my guy? Jesus.
Oh my god.
Our host is falling apart, bro. We might need a new thickness if he keeps crashing like this. No. Thickness, no.
Promo code, all lowercase letters.
Thickness.
10% off.
Anyways, let's see here. This equates worldwide sales value of 500 million after 1 week and 310 million on release day. That's for GTA 4.
Okay.
So they spent about 100 million to produce GTA 4. Now, what was the profit? Let's see.
GTA 4 was. I never actually played it.
I think that was one that kind of somewhat.
I thought they did really well with it. I just never. By the time I got back into having consoles again, 5 was just released.
It was talked about, but like, yeah, I didn't hear too much about it, and I didn't really ever played it.
Like
fucking $2 billion in revenue.
Oh, well,
100 million. Yeah, dude, to your point, like,
just makes Red Dead
GTA
look
is just
so
fucking
bad.
hitting home runs, dude.
Yeah.
You know, and fucking buckets. And then Red Dead's like, yeah, it's a cult classic, but it's a cult classic. The cult's not very big.
Yeah.
You know? Because
Oh, man.
that's. There's people screeching, I'm sure, again, because we're just dissing all these games. But Red Dead's great. Don't get me wrong.
I thought it was great, yeah.
Come on. But clearly the numbers tell that it pales in comparison. I mean, like,
Yeah.
just like GTA is making buckets comparatively.
And they're almost the
you
same
know?
fucking game.
Like-
They're just set in different time zones.
Exactly. Well, I'd argue that there's like way more story that they lean in on Red Dead. You know, there's story in GTA. There is, you know, but it's story that is more of a supplement to the game, whereas I'd say Red Dead's kind of the other way around.
Yeah.
You know, you're kind of playing the game for the story, you know?
Oh, yeah, there's no planes or anything yet.
Okay, let's see. We have some more time here. GTA 3 now, which was, I believe, which one was that
San
one?
Andreas.
Is that San Andreas? Yeah, that is San Andreas, yeah. Let's see. GTA 3 budget. That was $5 million, which is the similar. Okay, yeah. So GTA 3 and then Vice City, which came out the year after, Both were $5 million budgets.
And they made GTA 3 made 250 million.
So double again, right?
No, 5 million to 250 million.
Oh, sorry. I heard. Okay, my bad. Brain.
No, that's huge.
250 million is what they made in profit.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah.
That's fucking
so
huge.
10 million bucks for both games. That's crazy. That's insane, dude. Yeah, 250 for what did you say for Vice City? Did you say?
No, I just saw San Andreas 250 million.
Okay. Yeah, it says here it generated 250 million, like you said, in revenue, but by January 2003, it had sold 7 million copies and then generated 350 million in total.
Fucking A.
So yeah, dude, since the inception of GTA, I feel like they've been, I'm sure we can go down to the bottom, but it feels like they've just been hitting home runs the whole way through.
Now put this into perspective that they spent $1 billion to make 6.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
so they probably are going to be
billion.
making I want to say double-digit billions. Hopefully.
I've been watching a lot of the leaks and interviews and stuff, and somebody was trying to say 500 to 600 hours of storyline.
Holy fuck, dude!
500 to 600 hours.
I mean, they have so much money, and they might as well just. I think we talked about this, right? So while we close, right, this could be incredible. GTA 6 could be especially with the way they're saying how it's going to be their last game from what you're saying, it seems like, they might be fucking dropping a bomb, dude. Fucking compared to this, we're retiring.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck
passing this shit, because $1 billion's a lot, and they know they've been making money, and they've had a track record of continual profit on every GTA game they put out. Yeah. Which is crazy, right? So this is a big gamble. And I'm really hoping it's a gamble that's confident,
Yeah.
Because how shitty would it be if GTA tanks on the 6th one?
It kills the whole franchise. Nobody cares about it
That'd
anymore.
be so shitty, bro.
They close the servers before the 5 servers close.
Because as we know, more money in production doesn't always mean better game.
No.
Sometimes it means worse game. Because there's too many ideas coming in, and not enough management.
But
I don't know.
I think just like Forza and Spider-Man, mechanics of GTA all across the board.
Nailed in.
Flying, boating, driving, shooting, all of it is all very
intuitive.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The style, the way that the city building, a lot of that, it's just they've already nailed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just
expand.
So you took the budget and you made it 4 times as big, and when you've already got all of this nailed, for them to fuck this up would be awesome.
I wonder,
it would be so awesome.
just go with a bang.
Yeah,
bro.
it's goes full cyberpunk. It doesn't work. It's breaking consoles,
buggy and shit. Yeah. Everyone's getting refunds.
Keanu Reeves got put in it. Nobody knows why.
Just a random celebrity.
Just always
the
there.
Rock's in it. Just randomly The Rock's in it.
I heard that Joe Rogan's podcast is going to be on it.
That's kind of cool.
In one of the radio stations.
That'd be
it's
sick.
just going to be episodes of the podcast. Yeah.
That's pretty sick, actually.
Yeah, I'll listen to Joe Rogan while I'm driving
why
around.
not? Why not? I like the realism in that, for sure.
Now that he's on Spotify, I don't really listen to him at all anymore.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he made buckets of money off that deal.
It's awesome. I just I just watch my shit on YouTube,
Yeah.
And
it's free. Yeah.
And I have Podbean still.
Oh.
All these years
you have
later.
access to all of it.
So all my podcasts are right there. And then except for Joe Rogan.
You don't have a need for Spotify.
Yeah, and now Spotify's got this DJ. It's an AI DJ, and it puts on the mood for you. And if you're not feeling it, you fuck with the DJ button. He's like, all right, let me come back this week with a little bit of something you used to listen to in 2005.
What the fuck?
And it'll be
Really?
Here's California Girls by Katy Perry. And you're like, what the fuck? All right. I'm on it though.
Tight.
Yeah.
Tight. We'll talk about that next episode, though.
Yeah. Because this one's fucking over.
Bye.